Hello Facebook and YouTube. Welcome to our Monday Missional Motivation videos. I'm Pastor Jake over the Worship and Families Ministries here at Harvest. This is Pastor Tony, our vision and teaching pastor. Glad to have you back from Belize.
Good to be home, man. We had a great week in Belize, but there's no place like home. 90 degrees, back of my neck sunburned and peeling.
Yeah.
But we made some great relationships, and we fostered some existing relationships, had a fantastic week.
Well, we were encouraged by your videos and things you posted and pictures from the whole team. And I think your experience poured out in yesterday's service, and awesome to have you back and refreshed. And Pastor Nick, who's holding the TV right now, he did a great job last week filling in.
Amen.
Glad to have him with us here too. So cool. Well, I'm happy because I'm going to celebrate that today makes a year at Harvest.
1 year.
And
boom.
We killed it. Hopefully year two.
1 year in a row.
Yeah, that's right. 1 year in a row. But hey, we're going to dive into the takeaways from yesterday and the points with Pastor Tony from his service. We touched on Romans 12, 9 through 13 yesterday. The first one, Pastor, was honest love for God and his people.
Right. So the word love appears in concepts of two different Greek words there. One is agape love, when he says let love be genuine, but then he says that we are to love the brethren, which is a specific kind of love also, which is phileo love. But I believe the encouragement really is to use God's love to love one another, because sometimes my love for other people wears out, but God's love never does. So if I love people with God's love, I'm going to be in a better position. So can I say with integrity that I have that? Do I have that honest, genuine love, agape love for God, and do I have agape love for God's people that manifests itself in brotherly affection? I can't play the role. When he says let love be genuine, he says don't be an actor. That's literally what the Greek says. Don't be a hypocrite with your love, let it be genuine.
Wow, that's good. Number two is hate what is evil.
Yeah, so it's difficult to imagine, but the Bible does encourage me to hate something. And that thing is evil. So we need to ask ourselves the question, do I really have a hatred, a biblical hatred for evil? Am I hating evil? And then, what's the next one?
Well, it's hold fast to what is good.
Right, and that Greek word hold fast, that was my favorite. That was my favorite part of the sermon yesterday. I preached for 48 minutes, and my favorite 30 seconds were this Greek word for holding fast there in Romans 12, it means glue. That's what it means. And so when God tells us to hold fast to what's good, he's telling us to get next to it, not just to stay in proximity to it, but to fasten ourselves to that, to be stuck to that which is good. And I think that's an awesome encouragement to us.
It is, and that point hit home. And for me personally, with that hate what is evil, you said many of us bring evil into our homes and try to convert it.
Right.
Man, that hit hard with me. Really like that. Number four, hopeful rejoicing.
Right. So you can't rejoice until you've joiced, meaning that you can't rejoice until you've experienced joy, and that's Christ. And so part of the reason why joy eludes us and rejoicing eludes us is because we've never had a relationship with the creator of joy in the first place. And that was our encouragement to the 230 plus here yesterday, to give the control of their lives to Christ, to bow the knee of submission to Christ, and then they could experience true joy.
That's good. Five was halcyon days and tribulation.
Yeah.
That's a fun word.
That word halcyon, it just means to look back on a time that was idyllically happy and peaceful. And so we can do that in tribulation when we know who's in charge. And when we know that God is in charge, even when we're dealing with challenges and obstacles, we can have halcyon days. We can look back on those and say those were great days because God was shaping me and preparing me for the joy that is mine to experience right now.
Amen. Six, habitual in prayer.
Yeah. In order for me to be, the actual ESV word there is constant. So in order for me to be constant in prayer, I offered three really practical guidelines for that. One is to be organized, and that is to keep a journal. And when I say a journal, that's you. It's blank paper. It's a date. I write this. Somebody asked me to pray for this on this date. So I'm going to put down their name, the date, and what they asked me to pray for. I'm going to pray about that routinely, and then I'm going to follow up with those people and ask, what's going on there. I'm going to learn more about how God intervenes in his activity. I'm going to be aware of God either saying yes, no, or wait. That's going to help me, and that's going to help the person that I'm praying for. So organization in prayer, being complete in prayer, meaning that I want to adore God, I want to confess sin, I want to give thanks, and I want to ask for things. That's what prayer includes. Again, adoring God, confessing sin, giving thanks, and asking for things. That's what complete prayer includes. So organized, complete, and scheduled. A lot of the times when folks say to me their prayer life isn't what they want it to be, it's because they simply don't make time for it. And I gave the example of a doctor's appointment. So if you would go to the trouble of making an appointment with a doctor on a date, at a time, at a place, why wouldn't we do that with prayer with God? So I'm going to meet with the Lord, I'm going to meet with the Lord every day, 5:30 in the morning at the kitchen table, every day. Absolutely. Or this day. Put it in your phone, put it on your tablet, make it an appointment and keep it.
Woo! I make you preach, Facebook.
Oh boy.
Number seven, last point is hospitable investment in the kingdom.
Yeah, charitable giving is a part of who we are as believers. John 3:16 says, God loved the world so much that he gave. God gave, God gives. If we're God's kids, we look like him. If we look like God who gives, then we need to be giving. And certainly through your local church, charitable organizations, but check them out. And then the one we talked about yesterday was Belizean child sponsorship. We've got boots on the ground there, folks. You can sponsor a child to go to elementary school in Belize, Jake, for 27 cents a day.
It's ridiculous.
Isn't that nuts?
It's wild.
27 cents a day. And then a secondary student's $1.23. It's a little bit more, but still so reasonable. So if you'd like to learn how you can sponsor a child in Belize and all of your money go to that need, no overhead, no administrative cost, all to the need. You can give it through Harvest Church even, and it's tax deductible. So we'd love to share with you how you can do that.
Absolutely. Cool. Well, that's our takeaways for today. And we're excited you guys were part of this. We're glad to get to do this every Monday. Really enjoy it. Check us out on YouTube, Instagram. You're already on Facebook, so you got a head start. And then Twitter at Harvest Church SI for all the tags for that. I'm Pastor Jake, Pastor Tony. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.